Alright, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we have going on today is something a little bit different. As you can see, I'm wearing my Atlanta fitted in memory and respects of a fallen soldier, Takeoff from the Migos. But check this out. We're not going to do what everybody else is doing and talking about the case and replaying the video of Takeoff's body on the floor. That is disrespectful to the family, and we have more respect than that, so we're not going to play that video. It's out there on the internet. You can go find it. But other than that, what we're going to do is we got a couple of clips to show. We got a clip of the news that we're going to watch together. I'm not going to comment on that clip. Just let you guys watch it in case for those that haven't watched it. And then we got a video of Wack100 talking about some stuff that might be true. And I listened to some of it. I'm not going to bullshit. And I agree with Wack100 100% this time. And then we got one last clip of somebody that was there, was being a witness. And remember, all these are allegations. This is not concrete facts, nor do I want to put out concrete facts. Regardless, at the end of the day, somebody is dead, and somebody is probably going to be fighting a murder charge pretty soon. Because regardless, somebody will be busted for this. We're living in 2023 now, and there's no way that somebody will get away with a murder with there being cameras everywhere. Okay, so respect it, but somebody will be caught sooner than later, respect it or not. But rest in peace, and my condolences go out to Takeoff's family. He seemed like a humble dude. He seemed like a young man that didn't get into problems. Regardless, we all have that inner demon inside of us, right? A little bit of thug, but he didn't seem like he was the one to be out there like that, And it's always the good die young, as you guys know the saying, the good die young. None of us know the facts. Listen, there's a lot of people all over social media speaking as if they know the facts, talking about it was over a basketball game, talking about it was over dice, talking about that it was friendly fire, talking about that this and that, right? And they're all saying, I heard. Let me give you guys some game real quick. Whatever they heard, you heard, I heard, everybody heard. You know why? Because we all have YouTube. It's not like anybody has an inside source. The only people that have an inside source is people that are already up there in the media, and you're talking about DJ Academics, you're talking about Vlad TV, you're talking about people like that, and also people that were in that circle at that time and moment. But anybody else that is telling you what they heard through the grapevine, they saw it on the YouTube video, okay? So that's the reason I don't want to get into those facts, because they are not facts at the moment. So let's just watch these videos. Let's talk a little bit about this Wack100 situation, and then we'll kill the video. Alright, once again, rest in peace of Takeoff, the good die young, and my condolences and respects to his family. At the end of the day, it ain't about color. It ain't about he's not a Southsider, he's not from my gang, I shouldn't care. At the end of the day, he's a human, and being a human, we all breathe the same air, and we all bleed the same color blood. And he was still a gangster in his own I don't even want to say in his own mind, because he still was a gangster at the end of the day. And you got to respect that. Okay? So let's go ahead and watch these videos. Let's get to it.
We were informed that there was a private party being held at the event last night that ended at approximately 1 a.m., but the party carried over till about 2 a.m. till they were cleared out. That's when the shooting occurred, where it left one male deceased on scene and two others that were transported to area hospitals nearby. Yes, we were informed that they were here.
The Migos? Quavo and Takeoff?
Yes.
Well, according to the Associated Press, a representative for Migos has confirmed the man killed in the shooting was 28-year-old Takeoff, whose real name is Kirshnik Kari Ball. The shooting reportedly happened after an altercation broke out over a game of dice. Two other people were hurt. Other identities and other details surrounding the shooting have not yet been released.
All right, just how that was the news clipping As you can see, it was over a dice game. Supposedly is what the news has. I doubt the news has it correct. But let's go ahead and watch this video of a bystander that was there and witnessed everything. Let's go.
Ashley.
Hey, Storm. I just want to say something really quick, and I'm gonna try not to give out my identity. We were all there when all this happened. I just left from HPD. First of all, in order to be around Jazz Prince, you have to be searched. None of us had guns, but Jazz people had guns. Okay.
She said nobody had guns except for Jazz people. Jazz is Jazz Prince. It's Jay Prince's son. If you don't know who Jay Prince is, he's a king of the South. He's one of the originators when it comes to rap music down south. He was before Cash Money, before Master P. He was before everybody down there. He's the one that brought us Ghetto Boys and a bunch of other music. He's a self-made man. He is a multi-millionaire, and he's a boss. Okay, he runs Texas, as everybody knows. Now his son is out there taking over the empire and doing what he does, right? So she said that nobody has guns except for Jazz Prince crew. Maybe not the women that are there, you know, the hood rats that are invited. But I believe that Takeoff and Quavo had their heat on them, or whoever they were with, their homeboys. You know, when you get invited to a party like that, right? You get invited to a party like that, it's because everybody there is family or homies, right? So it shouldn't be a problem with you having your heat. Now, if somebody comes that's not part of the family, then they gotta retrieve their weapon. So if somebody from Quavo's set, somebody from Jazz Prince's set, and just some random comes, either he's not gonna be allowed in, or he's gonna have to give up his gun if he's allowed in, right? But I don't believe that Quavo was butt naked, or his crew, and I don't believe that Jazz Prince was butt naked without a heat. But all the women and all the extras and all the employees and all the bystanders and all the pass buyers, yeah, they were all butt naked. I don't know how they didn't give up their phones though. But let's go.
All of this was over a dice game. This shit started in 5th Ward around 9:30, 10 last night. So
what she means that it happened in 5th Ward is that earlier that day they were cruising around H-Town, whipping it, right? They were cruising around. The whole mob ties was cruising with amigos, right? Like family. So that's what she's talking about. That's where it started to get heated up.
Had nothing to do with no damn dice game, with no money situation or anything like that. And the only reason why I'm not going into great details because I live in Houston and the Prince family know me. But all of this shit that they're saying about, oh, well, this was a sacrifice. No, this was an argument between two camps. And it wasn't even between two camps because Takeoff and Quavo was basically trying to be the mediator between the people who were arguing.
Oh, shit.
There, she said it right there, right? Somebody from the mob ties was probably arguing with somebody from the Amigos crew or whatever, right? They're probably arguing back and forth. And you know how it is when you take homeboys with you. Let me tell you something. Sometimes, I don't want to say sometimes. A lot of us out there, right, can vouch for this. There's homeboys that we don't take nowhere. There's homies we wouldn't even dare invite anywhere because they don't know how to act. How many of you motherfuckers out there have homeboys that don't know how to act? You could literally tell them, hey, fool, everything's solid. Don't trip. They're the homies. Leave your strap at home. And they still fucking hitting everybody up. I'll put it to you like this. I have a homeboy. This was probably like 10 years ago. I invited him to a little rap concert thing, right? Like a little interviewer, like a little podcast. Back like 10 years ago, they weren't even called podcast. It was like a little interview. Now it's a podcast, but back then it wasn't. And I told him, hey, these are the homies. Don't even trip. It's all good. Right? We get there, and there's a liquor store next door. I go get some water or something, and I come back, and this fool's hitting everybody up. Hey, fool, where you from? Hey, fool, where you from? I pull him to the side. I go, hey, fool, leave these people alone. They're not here to do that shit, my boy. Never took him anywhere again. Because my homeboy hit me up, my homeboy that invited me there hit me up like, hey, fool, what's up with so-and-so? What can I say? That's my homeboy from the hood, but he's a wild one. You know, I can give you a bunch of stories, but there's homies that we do not invite anywhere. And I guarantee you, this is probably what happened. On who knows on which side it started on, but I bet you it was somebody's homeboy that felt, it was probably, I don't even want to say nothing, but it was probably a homeboy that was like, man, fuck them. Who cares if they got money? Fuck them. And that's probably how it started. And you try to tell them something, all of a sudden it's like, fool, you ain't got my back or what? You ain't from the hood or what? How you gonna let these fucking punks with money say something to me? How you gonna allow that shit? And, you know, you might calm it down for a little bit. And 10 minutes later, they might pick up, they might just say, hey, fool, that fool's looking at me wrong. Or he shoved me. That was my reason for doing what I did. You know, certain homies you can't take nowhere. But let's go.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo's fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he acted whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But
check it out. This should be a message. Once again, my videos have hidden messages if you can find them. One minute you're here and one minute you're gone. Enjoy your life because you don't know. I might be here right now interviewing with you and I walk out that door and there's somebody waiting for me. This is not a joke. You only get one chance at life. Once this game is over, it's over. There's no coming back. There is no reset button. Rest in peace to Takeoff. But sometimes being a real motherfucker, it's just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now we got one more clip that I want you guys to listen to. This is probably the most important clip out of all of them. Remember, everything that I'm speaking about, I'm just giving it to you off what I'm listening to right here. I don't know any facts. Nobody watching knows any facts. You know, I don't want to assume, so I'm just going based off the video. But let's go ahead and listen to this third one.
Dry snitching. Yeah, it's like dry snitching. We both from the street,
No.
man.
What we're saying is this.
Basically what it is.
No, what we're saying is this. We're wondering why it's a clip out. We going on with the clip. Why the fuck would you walk past a man and not console and stand by?
I'm on parole. I really got nothing to do. Now
Okay.
Check it out. There's a video of Jazz Prince walking right by the body of Takeoff and not stopping to see what's going on. If you pay attention, Jazz Prince, like I said earlier, is the son of Jay Prince. He's there with his mob ties, and Quavo and Takeoff are there with their group, right? Except for Offset, right? They were invited to this pool party, or I don't want to say pool party, it's like water pool, like the billiards, right? It was a private party by Jazz Prince, right? And the Migos were invited there to celebrate Halloween, right? Probably what it was. So if you invite somebody to your venue, to your party, you're responsible for them, homie. You're responsible for what happens to them. You're responsible for them being your guest. They're in your city. You're so-called, you run the city. Nothing happens in the city without you giving the green light. So if that's the case, and these are your guests, and your guests are not safe, then something's wrong. Listen. I don't think Quavo and Takeoff had security because they probably felt at home. They probably felt like they were in good hands. You know. They felt like they can actually be out there, enjoy themselves, and not have to worry about security, bulletproof vests, bulletproof vehicles, have to worry about any ops, have to worry about any confrontation, because they were in hands of the family. They were with the people that run the city. They were with the people that run, that call the shots. Even if they got into argument or altercation, they still felt safe because they know that this is family. Even if we argue, even if we fight, I don't have to pull out my weapon or have to worry about anything like that because this is family, right? So when you feel comfortable like that and something happens to you, who's liable? Who is liable? And by Jazz Prince walking by the body and not caring to stay there says a lot. It says that he doesn't give a fuck. I'll tell you like this. If I'm have a party and I invite my homeboys from my hood and I invite homeboys from another hood and I tell them to come through, they're safe, everything's cool. This is my hood, my city. Nobody's at this party except for me and my homeboys. They ain't got shit to worry about. And they get hurt. Obviously, it ain't nobody from their camp, right? It's only obvious it's somebody from my camp. Now I got to deal with that shit. I'm going to sit there. If somebody gets shot, I'm going to figure out what to do. I'm going to secure the location in case motherfuckers want to come back. I'm going to call the ambulance. I'm going to have people do this and do that. I'm not going to just walk off like nothing happened. That's just me saying like, oh, well, fuck him. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck about that dude anyways. So who knows if he was part of the altercation as well. Like I said, we can all guess, but I'll tell you like this. By him doing that walk off and not sitting there to help out Takeoff says a whole lot. It says a whole lot. Listen, he don't have to. But they're your guests. A couple of hours ago, you guys were rolling through the city. That's your brother. And now all of a sudden, you don't even want to look down there at the body and you just walk off like it ain't shit. Either you called them, either you invited them there to set them up, right? Or something popped off to the point where you were so heated you didn't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, we all know who did this. Nobody snuck in there and popped them and left. You don't think security was at the door? It was somebody that's been partying with them all day long. It was somebody that was jealous. It was somebody that was mad that the Migos were getting more love and shine than these dudes in their own city. I can guarantee you that. If you guys go over to DJ Academic's page, he shows you a picture of the guy that probably did it. I don't want to do it here. Go over there and look at it. At the end of the day, it ain't about dice. It's about ego. It's about I'm better than you. It's about you're not as gangster as I am. You know, that's what it's about. And now somebody's gonna go to jail. Now somebody's dead. Rest in peace, Takeoff once again. But check this out. If I invite somebody somewhere, I'm responsible for what happens to them. And I gotta step up to the plate when it's time to fix shit. So let's see what happens. Let's see who takes care of this. Finally, for once, I can agree with Wack100. And he goes into debt in this video of why he feels that the Mob Ties family has something to do with it. But I'm not going to play it here. You go listen to it and figure it out for yourself. I just wanted to make this video to bring awareness to Takeoff's death. You know, once again, salute to the Migos. Rest in peace to Takeoff. And remember, you're here 1 minute and you're gone the next. Sometimes it ain't even worth it to do all this fighting and arguing, you know. But fuck it. We're going to call it a video. We're going to kill it. We're going to kill it where it lay and call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a sad one. Tomorrow we'll be back to normal program scheduling, 1 p.m. And it's a sad day in hip-hop. Okay, there's too many people gone. You know, back in my day, sound like a fucking dinosaur. We had Tupac and Biggie gone, and that was a fucking huge thing. Now they're dropping every day. You know, hip hop's gonna crumble pretty soon. You know, all the greats are disappearing. But fuck it. I'm gonna end this video here. It's too long. I'm Blue Devil. This has been a Hater World production, and we out.